For those of you that are going to be joining me here live, I'm looking forward to having anybody on here and hearing this story. If you're watching on replay, hey, what's up? Let me just get straight to it. Let's talk about failure. And this is not me lecturing. Look, there is information's out there. With AI now, there is no shortage of information. Everyone's got it. So anyone that's gatekeeping some secret or some special sauce is not going to make it because it's with the click of a button or just a quick conversation on your app now. You can get access to any and all information. So look, I'm not here to lecture. I'm not here to do a talk. I'm here to just be real. And because I just feel like that's where we're going. Oh, not where we're going. That's where we're at with AI and where it's taking us so quickly that there's going to be a real need for this type of real conversation. And the glossiness and the photos and the fake individuals, there is no fake AI here. We can have real conversations and real stories. And I think I'm just going to launch with failure because I want to share some of my failures and my redemption, my path back, I guess, if you will, just where I'm putting my focus. And I tell you, I have probably for the past 3 years, I've put a lot of emphasis. Let me take a step back. 2017, I launched my professional speaking career, and it was primarily in the athletic space. Some of you may follow me from my athletic days, and which was great. I loved it. It was aligned. It was where I wanted to be at the time. And the more I was doing it, whether, started in high schools and then went to colleges, professional teams, leadership, culture, all that. I learned so much in that process, but I also learned that there was something greater for me to do. And of course, COVID really made that clear because I didn't have a truly solid client base when COVID hit. And I should take it back because I was starting to get into the corporate space. And so I was transitioning from athletics into corporate, and I didn't have a whole base of clients. And ultimately what happened was, if you may remember, in the athletic space, shortly thereafter, COVID became the name, image, and likeness. And so all the colleges that I was going into and talking about leadership, culture, life after sports, they put on the brakes and they said, hold on, we need to work on teaching these kids how to make money. And so I pivoted and went into the corporate space. COVID hit, and I just didn't have the business. So what I did was I went into just coaching people directly, and started with some athletes, then got into leaders. And then I got into say, look, if I'm going to do this, I need to learn how to market. I didn't know anything about marketing. So I went all in on direct response marketing or digital marketing. Hey, what's up? Thank you all for joining us. Appreciate you having you here. We're talking failure. And the reason why, for those of you just jumping on, the reason why I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening to that. And that's the whole thing about being real here, being authentic, is talking failure. Because look, I thought that I could take this marketing piece, because it's amazing, and I learned so much about it, and I could just add gasoline onto my business and it would explode. And it was actually the direct opposite. I have fumbled around with this thing for a good 36 months. And yes, that's the thing behind it. I appreciate it. Love God. You got the failure are the stepping stones. And I'm just going to interject right here and just say that what I now believe is there is no failure. We are either winning or we're learning. To your point, you got to fail to grow. It's the stepping stones to success. But I just wanted to share, because there's a lot of BS on social, unfortunately, just about all the highs and the wins. And I've got to say, I sucked at big time. I really went all in. Thousands of dollars I spent on different coaches, business strategists to help me get my message down, to get clear, to get my frameworks down. And I have them down. It is locked, ready to go. And then I spent thousands of dollars on ad marketing. We're working with some of the best ad strategists, SEO, you name it, around, and it completely did nothing. In fact, what was communicated, what we narrowed it down to is in fact, here's how it was laid out for me. They said, think about Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, when he came into the NBA, 18-year-old, he wanted to be the next Michael Jordan. And so he mimicked MJ to a T, from the shorts to the swag to the tongue hanging, the moves. He mimicked the greatest. And what ended up happening was the business mentor that I had said, look, you need to go find your Kobe's, people that want to do what you're doing, want to be where you've gotten to, or the journey that you're on. And so that's what I did. We got Kobe in the house. I appreciate it, man. The Black Mamba's in the house. And it's I hear you. Thanks. If you got a question, put your question in there. I'm definitely down. So my point is, we went down this path of, okay, I need to find my Kobe's, people that have looked at my journey as a father, as a business owner, as a partner, learning through relationships, learning through divorce, learning through affair, abuse, all those experiences, finding people like that. I am not AI, my friends. This is absolutely the real deal, which is the beauty of having this real and raw conversation, because it's not AI. It's too much AI, and it's coming. So that's why I want to have these kind of, I would call it a fireside chat, but since my last name is Coffey, we'll just call it Coffee Talk. And the idea was, okay, let me find people like me, guys, dudes who've gone through some really challenging scenarios in their life, and be able to work with them through application, demonstration, and transformation. And for some reason, the guys just didn't respond. In fact, most of the response I got from any of my marketing, any of my outreach, were by women. By women saying, man, I really wish either you worked with women, or you could help my ex-husband, or you could help my boyfriend, or you could help my current husband, you could help my brother. The women were very responsive to it, but the guys, and I get it, it's a battle of trying to connect with men through messaging and through marketing, because they're unwilling to get vulnerable. Oftentimes they don't take action until they've hit rock bottom. And then we're at the rock bottom. It's embarrassing. I can say this because I've been there. I've been the divorced, left, broke individual. Like I know the mentality was, oh, I got to figure this out. I got to get myself out of this scenario. And so that is the path that I went down, finding people like that, and they just were not responding. Man, and I've lost a lot of sleep over this, and it felt like true failure. And when I say failure, I mean on the scoreboard. Like the whole idea was going into business, we get clients, to be able to serve, be of service, to be able to generate revenue, and it just, nothing was coming, and it just sucked the life out of me, man. So here I am, and saying, okay, I've poured thousands of hours, thousands of dollars into this with nobody I can serve. And the few clients here and there were like, this is fantastic, this is amazing. How come more people aren't catching on to this? And it's on me. It's, I'm responsible for it. It's not the marketing, it's not Meta, it is not the environment. It was strictly on me. I just didn't find the right messaging to get to the right people, to invite them into my world, much like a lot of you here in my world here. And the whole premise is like, dude, what's the lesson in this? And I've been grateful to be able to look back at the lessons and recognize it as that, because it's, failure really, it's not a thing. I didn't get the results I was looking for. So what's the lesson I can learn from that? Where can I tweak it? Where can I get better? But I've just gotten to this point where I've just said, okay, let me pump the brakes on this, let me go back to 2017, 2018. And, it's not that I have not been on stages, that I haven't been speaking. It just hasn't been a focus of mine. So I'm making a flip, a pivot. And I'm constantly making pivots, but hey, you know what? That's how we learn and we grow. And so for me, the focus is, okay, let me do what I do well. Let me do what I got in the beginning is let me get back on stages. Let me get back speaking. Let me get back in front of groups with the intention of being of service in that regard and delivering these messages on leadership, on the mirror. If you're not familiar with some of my concepts, how, the people, everyone in our life are reflecting back to us where we are unhealed, where we are insecure, where we're living from inadequacy. And it shows up in our leadership, on our teams, where our teams are performing. A lot of it is a reflection of the individual, the leader. So I'm really excited to get back on stage, and with the idea that by doing that, well, then that gets me in front of the individuals who could potentially work within this, I call it a coaching container, whatever. That's not what I call it. That's what the industry calls it. So that's why I'm saying it. But it's a movement of men, women, by all means. I would love to bring women in the fold because women are investing in themselves. They want to get better. And my whole intention was trying to get in front of guys to help them see that this is what the women are doing in our world. We can do the same thing, but stubborn, not wanting to connect, not wanting to be vulnerable, not wanting to be authentic. And I shouldn't say that. I know men want to be. And I just, for a lot of reasons, what's in our way is our own selves and what society has told us about us. So I just wanted to launch and just say, hey, I'm putting this out there that yes, is a failure on the scoreboard really is a stepping stone. It's a pivot to get back on stages. So, if you are somebody that leads a team, if you're someone who puts on events and you're looking for someone who's been through some hard challenges, we think about the 3 core desires in life for a lot of humans: the health, the wealth, and the relationships. I tell you, for me, the one thing I did come into this world with was health. That's never been an issue for me. I lock in, I take care of my body every single day. I don't have to think about it. And at 51 years old, I feel great. I'm performing, I'm competing. Where I didn't come into this world very equipped was in relationships and in wealth. And I took multiple really hard lumps in relationship to really learn how to get better, how to take responsibility, how to set boundaries, how to show up as a better partner. And by doing so, I've been able to attract an incredible woman into my life. And so the third piece behind that is the wealth piece. And that's where I'm in the application and the demonstration phase. Like, I'm applying what I'm learning, I'm demonstrating it with the intention that there's going to be some transformation there for me. So I say all that because I'm going to be back on stage. And if you are someone that brings on keynote speakers, workshop leaders, I've done probably over 600 just since 2017. Keynote talks, workshops, both in person and over Zoom, and be a great addition to your next event. So keep me in mind, or if you know anybody, by all means, please link them here. Failure is a stepping stone, and man, I have a big stepping stone that has set me back, but better. And I'm looking forward to growing. So thank you all for jumping on here. A lot of you, I don't know if any additional questions on here. I'll be happy to answer them. I don't see many, but thank you all for joining. Thank you on the replay for watching. And stay tuned for, I'm just going to document this. I'm going to show you in fact, this calendar right here is empty. And so follow along as I start to fill it in with engagements, new clients, and so forth, right here on this fancy calendar. Have a great evening, everybody.